One of the biggest problems with telling the school about your child getting bullied is retaliation from the bully. You tell the school talks to the bully, and the bully comes back the next day and retaliates against your child, and the bullying gets worse. So watch this video to get some steps onto how to help keep your champ safe. All right, let's do this. Kevin Daniels here with Bully Defense 101. Hey, retaliation from the bully is unfortunately a common reaction. Like I said, sometimes you report a bullying to the school talks to the bully or punishes the bully, and the bully comes back the next day and retaliates against your child. And it gets worse, like, hey, I heard you told on me and I'm gonna kick your... So retaliation is possible, and it's actually quite likely, and we need to make sure we take some precautions to help prevent it from happening. So when you talk to the school to report any bullying, you have a couple of options. You can tell them they need to, number one, keep it confidential and not act on it, but they need to be aware and pay close attention to what's going on to help keep your champ safe. Or if it's best to have the school step in to end the abuse immediately, ask the school how they're going to approach the situation and then what their plan is in case it does get worse. Ask them how they will help keep your child safe from retaliation. Again, retaliation is a common reaction from the bully and shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. So what's the school's plan? What are they going to do to help prevent a future problem from the bully? Is it alerting every single teacher in the school to pay special attention at lunch and recess or during class? Is it switch classrooms between the bully and or your child? Is it posting a security guard in the halls where your child walks from class to class? Is it having an adult on staff to walk your child off campus at the end of the day to make sure they get to the school bus stop okay? Hey, the school is there to support you, and they need to be there for your child. So make sure they have a plan in place to help keep your child safe and help prevent any retaliation and bring you into the loop. And as I've mentioned in other videos, the National School Boards Association says, quote, school districts have legal and ethical obligations to promote safe and healthy environments. That includes, quote, emotional and physical safety and security. And that includes for you and your child. Hey, here's another important point. School policies will usually help deal with any bullying that's already happened and dish out consequences to the bully. But what about preventative policies? What about preventative measures? How are we going to make sure our child is safe going forward? That's what these steps are all about. And if your school has the resources, they might offer conflict mediation, where they'll get both sides into the same room, including the parents, to discuss the situation and resolve it. Since there's usually a large power difference between the victim and the bully, this helps level the playing field and gives the school and you more critical information to act on going forward to help protect your child. And this can be a great tool, but is sometimes only as good as the skill of the mediator. Hopefully your school has the resources to staff a good school psychologist or counselor to run the mediation. And as you work with the school, no doubt you'll be talking to this person and you can ask them about conflict mediation as a next step. I do want to warn you about peer mediation, though. Peer mediation is where they teach other kids to act as mediators, and this is actually shown to backfire. So again, hopefully your school has the resources to staff a trained professional on hand for the mediation. And during mediation, usually one of the best ways that they'll proceed is clear consequences are given to the bully in case it happens again. And this can be really effective, and another reason why you want to bring the school in early to help stop the bullying quickly. And one quick point, this is important. When we're talking about conflict mediation, I want to point out one very important point to you and to even the school that you're working with. Bullying is not a conflict. It is a one-sided attack of psychological and or physical victimization or violence. It's not a conflict between two people. And the school needs to label it what it is and work to stop the attacks immediately. And let me give you one other question to ask, and it's to ask our children. Number 3, ask your champ what they would like you to do. Most kids don't even tell anyone about the bullying, let alone their parents. Almost 65% of all kids that get bullied never report it to anyone, again, including us. So if they've brought us into the loop, we should let them take part in the decision-making process and let them know that we are listening. Sometimes our kids won't want us to do anything or take action because they are afraid of retaliation and they don't want to escalate the situation. And there might be other factors that they still haven't shared with us that needs to be taken into consideration. And that's what we're here to do, help guide them to make the best decision and plan possible. And if there's some more facts we need to know, this could open up the conversation to a whole deeper level. That being said, in my personal opinion, we still need to have the final say to make sure our child stays safe. And if we need to step in to let the school know and help stop any emotional or physical abuse immediately, that's our call. But if our child does not want to tell anyone, maybe like I mentioned, we can tell the school confidentially and not have them approach the bully immediately. But they still need to be there to help out. One last tip of advice, remind your champ there's nothing wrong with telling on someone. There's a big difference between telling on someone and tattling. Tattling or snitching is trying to get someone else in trouble, which isn't cool. But telling is trying to keep yourself out of someone else's trouble. So that's absolutely okay. It's all right to tell on someone if it helps keep you safe and out of their mess. All right, if you got some good stuff out of today, hit the like button down below and consider subscribing. And please feel free to share it with another parent that you think might be able to help out. Plus, if you'd like some more training, check out all the links down below on the basics, covering your bases in the description down below. And lastly, I just want to thank you for being the kind of support that your champ needs, that you're out here looking for this stuff and doing research to help keep your champ safe. You're the kind of support team that's going to make a difference. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.